Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I could not be any more grateful. When I first came back in the rooms in 2021, and I told myself, okay, I'm going to give this 12-step program, a good old-fashioned college try. And I was adamant I was going to do it. I was fortunate enough to surround myself with people who told me the way that they got clean and sober, but never told me the way that I had to get clean and sober. Sure, they shared their experience, strength, and hope with me. And sure, they told me, hey, this is what I did, you might want to try it. But they never once told me I had to do it this way. And that's what we try to do with the Recovery Classroom. All of us in the Recovery Classroom, we're not here to tell you the way you have to get clean and sober or the things you have to do. But we are here to tell you the way that we got clean and sober. And there's a lot of us in the classroom that have very diverse backgrounds. We all come from many different backgrounds. But at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do is share the way that we got clean and sober. In that same thread, I want to start a multi-part series beginning today. And I want to call it The Way. And when I say the word way, I want you to think of it as an acronym. What are you? W-A.Y. What are you? And for today's installment, I want to ask you, what are you paying attention to? Paying attention to. When I came into the rooms a couple years back, I heard a great saying, pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Because more often than not, we become what we associate ourselves with. After all, isn't that the whole reason why they tell you in the rooms, keep coming back? Sooner or later, something's going to hit you. Sooner or later, you're going to start thinking like the people that you're hanging out with. Sooner or later, you're going to start getting the same ideas and applying the same lessons that are being discussed in your own life. And sooner or later, you just might get clean and sober, right? Well, it's like that way in many aspects of our life. A great example this weekend. I'm sure we've all heard what happened this weekend, and I'm not here to talk politics, but there is such a political divide in this country, and I think part of it is due to the fact that we tend to pay attention to only one specific side of the coin, one specific side of the equation. And again, I'm not here to get involved in politics. I will say that I'm thankful to God that we're not having a different conversation. I'm incredibly thankful to God for that. But at the end of the day, we become what we pay attention to. You've heard the saying in the rooms too. You hang out at the barbershop long enough, you're eventually going to get your hair cut. Again, what we're paying attention to. If I'm paying attention to people that were drunks or drug addicts and they've gotten clean and sober, eventually I'm going to start learning and picking up ways that I can get clean and sober. Those that know me, I've used this analogy quite a bit, and I think it applies here too as well. If I'm wearing a clean white suit and I walk into a junkyard and I brush up against a dirty car, do I make the car clean or does the car make me dirty? Whatever we're paying attention to, whatever we are associating with, sure, we might think that we might be making that proverbial car clean, but at the end of the day, we're still getting dirty. If I'm paying attention to things that are taking me further away from my goal of sobriety, then I probably need to change those things that I'm paying attention to. I said yesterday that the only priority in my life, come what may, I don't give a shit what happens, the only goal that I have in my life each and every single day is to make it to the end of my day drawing a sober breath, laying my head down on a pillow, going to sleep rather than passing out. I don't care what else happens. So if I'm paying attention to something that takes me further away from that goal, then chances are I probably need to change what it is I'm paying attention to. Likewise, I probably need to start paying attention to things that get me closer to that goal and keep me closer to that goal, rather than allowing myself to become distracted with things that, at the end of the day, really aren't that important. That's one of the ways that I got myself clean and sober. That's one of the ways that many of us in the Recovery Classroom got clean and sober. And I want to encourage you today, pay attention to what you're paying attention to. That's one of the ways in which we got clean and sober, and we all hope, that you could start leveraging some of these topics and some of these ideas and some of these suggestions to apply in your own life. I'm not going to bullshit you. I can tell you many times that folks say, hey, have you tried this? Well, no, I haven't tried that. and I don't think I'm going to try it. And lo and behold, something happens, and I probably should have tried it, right? I've had examples where people gave me suggestions. I took them, and it didn't work. And I went back and said, hey, look, I tried that. It didn't work, and that's okay, but I appreciate it. Let's try something else. And then fortunately, there were a lot of things, suggestions that were made to me that I was able to take and apply, and they did work. So I'm not here to tell you that my way is the only way, or Drenda or Eric or anybody else's way is the only way. That's not it at all. But we are here to share suggestions. You can take them. You can at least, try to apply them in your life. Think about applying them in your life. And if they work, great. If they don't, that's fine too. That's fine too. Again, this is our way that we got clean and sober, and we hope that it helps you get clean and sober too. But it's critically important. What are you? What is your way? What are you paying attention to? Pay attention to those things that you're paying attention to, because they just might send you backwards instead of forward, and just might pull you further away from your goal of being clean and sober. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to email it to me directly, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what I can do. We'll be talking again soon more on the additional ways in which we got clean and sober. So we'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.